All right, back again for a video, January 22nd, Friday. Let's start out with VERO. VERO. All right, this is Venus Concept Incorporated, 17 million float, 123 million market cap. Insiders own 61%. It's pretty good. Institutions about 16%, 74 million in debt. It develops, commercializes, and delivers minimally invasive, non-invasive medical, aesthetic, and hair restoration technologies. Let's see. It was founded November 22nd, 2002, headquartered in Toronto, Canada. Toronto, Canada. 15 million buys, while no sells on insiders. Minus 86 million income, 151 million sales, 20 million float. They did a public offering December 22nd. Is medical aesthetic technology company worldwide. What else does it say here? Does restoration, tightening, Mons, PUBIS reduction, Venus Viva, customizable skin resurfacing device, Neograph. This is a lot of to do with your appearance and your treatment of your needs for like hair and skin, all kinds of stuff like that. Kind of a different company. All right, this was back in 2017. This really spiked up the 170 with the split. It's probably much lower though. Look at this. And then it went straight down to 2019. See it bounced a little bit, then down we go, down we go. It's been flat pretty much ever since. So, yeah, what I have here is developed is a falling wedge. See this? Back and forth, tightening wedge. We're breaking out of that. Look at the volume here. You ever see anything like that? A little bit spike. This is the biggest volume it's had. And normally this does nothing. Look, 26,000. This is a low volume stock. So had a little gap down, moved up to this 225 level. It looks like we're making new bases here. You know, watch for 225 or not 225, 250 and 3. This doesn't look like it moves big time, although it does make decent moves before. So I'll watch for 253 immediately. And you know, this 2 wants you want this 2 to hold. So you have a trend line coming down and from the support from the EMA. So this has potential. It's coming out of a wedge. We'll see what happens here. VERO. All right, staffing 360 solutions, 11 million float, market cap 15 million, insiders 25% own, institutions 9%, 74 million in debt. It's worth way more enterprise value. See that? Engages in the provision of base staffing services and involves the acquisition and management of staffing companies, information technology, financial accounting, healthcare, cyber security industries. Professional staff in the UK and US. It was founded December 22nd, 2009. Headquarters in New York, New York. Insiders, looks like tons of buys. I don't see sells. Let me look at Finviz. Income minus 19 million, sales 214 million, float on there 7 million. Direct offering 1.7 million, stock price at the market. That was December 31st. So what else does it say here? See much more info in this. Let's look at the monthly. Back in 2013, it's had a split, so it was 110, but it was much probably lower, and it split again in 2015. Then it came down. See, it's flattened out. They usually do big bounce, came down, flat. Here we go. We've had It's like 2 splits. Let's look at recently here. So when this dropped to 10, the high is getting lower, lower. Now the low is bouncing, not terribly low, but it did bounce below 50 cents. So that was getting low too. We went as low as maybe like 30 cents. Then you notice here, this 125 line is very big. From the move in 2019, then up in June, 125 line. See the low getting higher, getting higher. So the low is getting higher. And then the high is pretty much trying to get over this 125 line. We did a huge spike. This was back in October 15th, 154 million. Look at that. I went up to 325 and pulled back this trend line. See this trend line here and here. That's a big come down from the wick here. See that? So it didn't hold, so it came all the way back. So again, the low getting higher. It looks like a triangle here, developed ascending triangle. And what you want here is, this to hold and this to bounce up. I think we're going to bounce up again, plus 125, plus 1. Another spike maybe to 150 plus. So look for that. You had a little gap here. See this? We filled this little gap, 75. Right to, we're on the 1 now. We'll see what happens here. You want really the 75 line to hold on this. So interesting move on staff. This puts in big spikes. Cala. Calithria Biosciences, 67 million float, market cap 218 million. Insiders 4% owned. Institutions 74%. No debt, 7 million. He seems overvalued right now. Clinical stage biopharmaceutical company which focuses on discovering and developing a small molecule drugs, target novel, critical metabolic pathways in tumor, cancer fighting immune cells. Company was founded by James A. Wells, Susan M. Malinix. March 9th, 2010, headquartered in South San Francisco, California. 2.2 million sells by insiders. It's not good. You want them to buy the stock. All right, so income minus 89 million, no sales listed, 70 million float. Implied volatility surging for Calithria Biosciences. That was Zacks on January 13th. Also, the 11th, biliary tract cancer data to be presented at 2021 Gastrointestinal Cancer Symposium. See what else they say down here. The phase 1/2 clinical trial, the phase 2 clinical for tumors. See what else they have listed. Develop and commercialize Simpo Biosciences portfolio of arginase inhibitors, human healthcare. Has trial collaboration with Bristol Myers Squibb Company. An agreement with Insight Corporation. So it's involved in a few things here. So that's always good. All right, the monthly. We got here back in 2014. Yeah, so went to 10, bounced huge up to 30 plus, came back down, bounced again 2017. And then back down we go. This low here, which looks like about 250. Then you have another line across here. See the monthly. This is the weekly. All right, so you can see the spikes, and you get a higher, the high get lower here, 2017. Then right here, so we bottom, what is this line here? About 250. See it here, 2016, 2019. And this line right here, just above 6, what is this? About 7. Let's look closer here to 7 line. So 7 line, touched many times, 2019, 2020. Look at this. but it couldn't hold. But it came back to this line here. It's like 250 line. Now, had a gap down. It's going down under here, stochastic. So this might go back to 250. I'm not sure. But you have good support at 250. If this comes back to 250, it could be a nice buy. And then it could work its way back up again. So, it's in a down phase right now. This one isn't popping yet. It could pop next week. Who knows? But this 250 line holds. That'll be a longer term buy. Look how many times going back through the years, the last 4 years, it's been a strong hold, that 250 line. Yeah, they got a few things in a pipeline, collaborations. So it's not like this is a one drug pony. So just keep your eye on that one. It's Cala. Let's finish with Seal. Not the singer. SEEL. Cilios Therapeutics, 48 million float, 139 million market cap, 9% insiders, 10% institutions, so no debt. Clinical stage biopharmaceutical company focuses on development, advancement of novel therapeutics to address unmet medical needs, nervous system disorders. It's founded, headquartered in New York, New York. Got some buys there, not much sells. Let's take a look at FinBiz. Minus 23 million income, sales, nothing, 48 million float. Cilios Therapeutics receives a notice of allowance in Japan for SLS005. That's positive news. Then I had dosing of first patient study of SLS02 for acute suicidal ideation. See what it says down here in the news. To treat central nervous system respiratory disorders as an SL002, SL006, SL012, SL005, SL007, SLS004, SLS010, SLS008. So they have many programs. All of them are, I'm not sure if they're each drugs or it says lead program. So they go by their SLS. That's what they call it. It's founded 2016, this company. So, yeah, this is great potential too. Monthly. This came about in 2008. It had, how many splits here? Well, it says it was up to 750. I think it dropped 2009. It's been down since. You see right here, it dropped to 25, highest 350. It bounced again, and then more recently, where we're at now, after had a huge gap. Where's the gap from this? Gap from this. This was at. Trying to get this candle. High of 100, and then this thing dropped to like 40. That was back in 2018. Wow. And then it kept going sideways and down. Then here we are. Let's go to 2019. You have a big 6 line. See that? It hit, dropped. After this fade, though, 2019, it did pop. That's what I mean. It popped here to 6, and then we came back down. And here we go. And then we're doing that rolling. See the rolling low? The big wash down for years. Then we're sideways, sideways. Then we're coming up. So this found support 50 cents. 150 line it tried twice, 2020. And October, we broke through. December, look at that big break. And we pulled back just below the 1320 EMA. Big volume down here. Look at the volume. Very good volume. And we've been on fire since 150. This thing is moving. 262 it's at. If we break 3 next week, you got 3, 4, and then 6 major lines. Yeah, we'll see. This might pull back again. See this? It's a nice, healthy pullback. This could pull back again, maybe 175. 150 will be the ultimate line for a pullback. We can see how, look at the longer term trend. I'm trying to show you this. Look down, back and forth. Now we're sideways, waving for about a year now. 2 years, maybe a year and a half. Now we're coming back up. You can see the whole trend of the stock. So this is great potential. They have a lot of stuff going on. So it looks pretty good. All right, that's it. Please subscribe to Mike Cayman Trades on YouTube. Hit that like button. Hit that like button. Stock Twits, Mike Cayman Trades. Instagram, Mike Frank98. TikTok, Mike Frank III. Twitter, Mike Frank 007. And Trade Ideas is a link in my YouTube if you want to check it out. All right, have a good night, guys. Peace.